All right. In this video, I just want to share with you some of the disturbing trends that I've seen online. And by online, I mean social media, by YouTube, by Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Reels, whatever, or just the typical content that is being shared or forwarded through groups. As you know, I have lots of WhatsApp groups. Not lots. I mean, I have couple of them, and I keep creating new ones, shutting down not productive ones. I have Facebook groups. So what I've observed is what I'm going to share with you, and you can share with me what do you feel among these 10 trends is the most disturbing, or have I missed out on any? Okay, feel free to share your opinion. uh, One thing I can tell you, one thing I can tell you is we are the content we consume. It does brainwash you. Let's say, for example, why do you think someone who's on diet watches motivational videos related to dieting, exercise, or getting in shape? Why does a person who loves bodybuilding watch bodybuilding videos? Why does someone who wants to learn chess or wants to improve on, let's say, a video game, why does he watch that particular channel or that particular content? Because it not only gives them information, it motivates them, it helps them get better. And when we surround ourselves with that singular purpose, we become better at it or we go deeper into it. Okay. So I think the first biggest one, which is the most disturbing among all, is the transgender agenda. And it has been very prominent in United States and in Canada. I don't know which other countries it is more prominent. But see, it is not about making fun of the LGBTQ community. Okay, if you're lesbian, you're lesbian. If you're gay, you're gay. It's a sexual lifestyle. Live the way you want. But where it becomes a problem is where you start advertising this and promoting this with children and normalizing it. See, as it is, children are very confused youngsters, confused human beings. You and I, when we were children, I mean, we had so many goals, we had so many ambitions, we wanted to be so many things. We fell in love with so many people or dreams or whatever. But as we grow older, we realize, oh, I was so silly. And then we change. But just imagine that if there was a fascination that you had and you actually did it. That is why they don't allow children to smoke, drink, or get tattooed and, get body modifications, because they know you're not at a stage where you can take these decisions. You have to be 18 plus, even though they say 18 is an adult. I know that you're just a youngster with a number, but you've not seen anything of life. Life starts now. And, I'm 47 now. I mean, when I look back, I can still tell myself that even at the age of 35, 36, I was still not mature. I still had a lot of learning to do. And, like I got my tattoos done, my first tattoo at the age of 31. If I look at it today, I would say that I wish I had made a total different decision of a different kind of a tattoo. So we all make different choices. But the transgender agenda, the problem is your the children who have a delusion or illusion about what they consider right. Like a boy says, I feel like a girl, or a girl says, I feel like a boy. These adults who are there, content creators, they say, yes, you're actually in the wrong body. Yes, you should actually change. And then with the pharmaceutical industry that pays politicians big amounts of money, and because, if you were to convince a child that this is an illusion or delusion, you don't make any money. Okay. By giving that advice, you're not making any money. But when you make them go through the surgery, each child, each individual helps the pharmaceutical industry get at least minimum 75,000 US dollars annually. And it only goes higher and higher because your dependence on the steroids, the hormones, and the drugs. So I'll tell you this, maybe 20 years down the line, or 10 or 15 or 20 years, all these children who have gone through these surgeries, it's going to be a backlash. But the sad thing is, the perpetrators of this crime, the CEOs, the shareholders who made money, they will all have grown old and died. And these people will be busy suing the companies, but the money cannot compensate on the lives that they destroyed. You see so how many actors and actresses chop their breast, cut their healthy muscle tissue, or even their sexual organs. And the worst part is Hollywood and these celebrity stars or these sports athletes, because they get a lot of praise and votes of appreciation and likes. Oh, he's such an understanding father. She's such a loving mother. Oh, he's a boy in a girl's body. Magic Johnson's son. Just Google search that. Curtis Lee, who was in Halloween, have a look at her son who identifies as a daughter. Or it's crazy. And then you get parents who are just to get publicity. Oh, my child is a two-spirit bird, and she's gender fluid. She can be a girl in the morning and a guy in the evening, so she can choose her gender. And your pronouns can change. All that garbage. So that is the first, I think, most disturbing trend that I can identify. The second one is the adverts. Not AdWords, adverts, advertisements. Like, I'll give you an example. Because I'm in Thailand, I get a lot of these ads that pop up by YouTube. Here's a funny thing. I don't know if you can Google search these specific ads, and obviously I don't want to show or talk about the product because I don't want to get into trouble. But if you see the models, if you come down to Thailand or you come to any of these countries, and if you see the models who are there, the guy and the girl, they have a perfect set of teeth, which obviously you can't have crooked teeth. They're shiny white, like The Rock. His teeth are so white. When the cameras come on, it's actually like a light bulb is shining. Then these Thai actors and actresses who come on these ads, their skin is so white, really, really white. They don't look normal. They don't look like human beings. They look like a mannequin. Their skin is perfect. Their nose is perfect. Their ears, their eyes, their hair, everything is so perfect. Like, when you look at them, you begin to wonder, is this an AI or is this a human being? And even these ads, when they say, the way they pronounce every word, and it's so like perfect, like the movement this way, the movement that way. It's like as if they rehearse this so many times that it looks perfect. It looks so cute. Even the guy, like, and the smile and all that. Now, obviously, you cannot have someone like me promote a product, or someone who's ugly, or someone who's fat. It makes sense. But I'll tell you where it proves to be a problem. Like this K-pop band, the standards of beauty that are being promoted through these advertisements of these so-called successful influencers, none of it is real. None of it is practical. None of them is like, it's an impossible standard to have. Like, imagine Kim Kardashian talking about inner beauty, courage, about being yourself, and every photograph of hers, every video is so perfect. Like, you see the curves on her body and all that. Just imagine if a girl who is insecure about herself, she has pimples, she has freckles, her breasts are not developed, she doesn't have a curvy ass, she doesn't have six-pack abs, and she keeps looking at this as a standard of beauty. Don't you think it's going to brainwash them? In fact, let's look at where the boys are getting affected. Once upon a time in the 80s, bodybuilding was more about going to the gym and pumping iron. Today, and the only ones who have featured were the professional athletes, Mr. Olympia. Today, if you go through Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you will see 18-year-olds bigger, bigger than a huge guy. Like, they're shredded, and they have cuts and they have veins, and their strength is unbelievable. 18-year-old. I saw one 18-year-old who was so massive. He was like talking about 20-inch arms. And he's talking about hard work and motivation and believe in yourself, which all sounds nice. But the reality is he takes steroids. And the problem is, if you're going to take steroids at this age, which you will see maybe if instead of 100% result, you'll see 1,000%. Okay. I get even youngsters in my WhatsApp groups who are actually asking about steroids and advice on gear, and they're showing how much weight they can lift. They are in their 20s. And okay, you're bragging and all that. Then when I speak to them privately, they tell me, yeah, I'm having knee pain, I'm having back pain, I'm having elbow pain. You're in your 20s. You're not supposed to have all these ailments and pains. This is supposed to be someone in their 50s. Why? Because they are lifting dangerously heavy weights, which can destroy. And steroids itself has permanent side effects, from your appetite to enlarging of your organs. That is why so many bodybuilders are dying. So one is for females with what they perceive as beautiful, and men what they perceive as strength. They both want to get points. And I'll tell you this. I'm part of this community. It's a very simple village-like place. Even though I said village-like place, the girls who are sitting with the boys, you can make out they are from very poor families, very, very poor, because the boys, they're wearing, like, they just came from a construction site, or they came from a rice field or something like that. They're covered in mud and all that. And there's this girlfriend, like this guy will have his girlfriend sitting at the back seat, and she looks pale white, as if someone put white paint on her. Pale white. And you can make out that she has put lipstick, she has put makeup, she has put a particular outfit that makes her accentuate her beauty, her hair, and she's actually walking like a princess. And you can clearly make out that this girl has put so much of time, effort, and money to look the way that she's looking. And so much of importance and so much of focus was on an external beauty. I don't think there is any focus on her education, on her intelligence, on her future. You'll say, Roy, how do you know? Well, she's sitting on a bike with a guy who is like a laborer, and you can make out they are in a close relationship, and they are both youngsters. I don't think someone who is going to focus on being a scientist or a NASA engineer or let's say, a doctor would be doing this. Okay, because I'll tell you the amount of money, time, and by the way, these youngsters, these young girls, there is clinics here in this small little island. There are clinics for surgery for cheeks, for nose, for chin, for cheekbones, for your whole, any part of the body. You can have a clinic, and there are people who even do this illegally so that they can get it cheaper. So the second one is the surgeries. The third disturbing trend is children, youngsters who want to change the world. Greta Thunberg is a good example. After she came, all these youngsters were, I'll sue this British, after Greta Thunberg sued whomsoever, we had these group of Indian children who are settled down, second generation in Australia, and they were suing these oil companies or these petroleum companies. I mean, And they are being flaunted on the newspaper or media as, wow, they want to make a change. Wow, they're taking them to court. And you have to study. You have to focus on your earning capacity. You have to focus on your future. No, no, the future is climate change. And have you ever asked yourself why someone in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, or Sri Lanka, or China, why they why do they bury their heads in their studies and focus on work? Because the government doesn't give free handouts and free money. Why do these people in the West, oh, I'm a trans, bisexual, this thing, and purple hair, and uh, what, stop oil, whatever? Because they know they get free money, free handouts. Like Jordan Peterson said, first sort out your house, yeah. Put your house in order, put your life in order, get your priorities, then lecture the world. Even I get so many youngsters who lecture me on life, marriage, on behavior, on business. And then I ask them, what are your credentials, boss? Tell me your credentials first. Don't give me all these big sounding words. Let's talk, no? And that brings me to my next point is these coaches which are there, six figure, seven figure. They will, even in India, you have these guys who have a Ferrari or an expensive car and they wear a suit and they have, they'll teach you a coaching business where seven figure income. ClickFunnels is the name of the group which promotes this. They create a website. They try to attract you with free videos. They bring you down to the sales funnel, where after you give them the email, then they start bombarding you with ads. And eventually, first they'll charge you $1, then they'll charge you $7, then they'll say this VIP mastermind group where they charge you more money. Dan Locke, Grant Cardone, Pi Lopez. You can Google search these guys. Can you believe that they even charge $50,000 to be part of a group? To be part of a group like Andrew Tate and all that, to earn seven-figure income, to be an alpha male, to dominate, to fight against the matrix, all these bullshits, this thing, and earn seven-figure income, being without a shirt, smoking a cigar, having a girl wearing a skimpy bikini, giving you a massage, and having, like Andrew Tate, what color is your Bugatti? It's all bullshit, yeah. This is not real life. This is not. Just look around you. Switch off your computer, switch off your internet, go outside and see how many people are acting and behaving like this. Oh, these are ordinary people. We are the 1%. What 1%? Who told you you're the 1%? You just are fooling yourself. You're not a 1%, boss. And to reach that 1% in anything in the world, you have to dedicate right from the age of 3 or 4. Right from the age of 3 or 4. You have to dedicate your life to that one particular discipline. And nobody has achieved greatness by watching a YouTube video with generic advice and with a coach flaunting big, big things. And if you thought that was stupid enough, you have, there's this British guy who is Pakistani, I think he's Pakistani, second generation. I don't want to give his name. He's a YouTuber. Now he's based in Dubai. He lectures young men about being alpha male, keeping fit, being successful. And he charges people $200 or $500 for mentoring them. Just imagine he's in his 20s. He's in his 20s and he's going to mentor you on marriage, children, family, life, success. What have you seen of life in your 20s that you're going to lecture youngsters that are like you? And just because he flexes his abs and he shows his expensive car and he shows his blonde females, a lot of youngsters who are insecure and lost, they fall for him. And they pay him money, huh? They pay him money. And what he'll tell you, school doesn't give you the real tools. College doesn't give you the real tools. I'll give you the real tools. Yeah, you're right about the problems, but you're not the solution, boss. You're just taking advantage of people's problems and, kind of being a sales, like a snake oil salesperson and giving them a solution which doesn't work. And they sell you hope, by the way. Then we have, I told you already about bodybuilding and its dangerous trend that is there. The next one is sadly even more depressing. It's nowadays a lot of girls, to show empowerment and to show strength, they are smooching other girls or smooching guys and putting up on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook. Smooching a girl, they consider, wow, yay, so brave, yay, and everyone's clapping. Then you get girls dancing in a nightclub and, wearing sexy clothes and dancing. And then the guy is feeling her from behind and she's like, yay. And then they talk about nightclubs and they talk, especially Indian scene, which is the hottest nightclubs, which are the best nightclubs. They call this empowerment. They call this modernization. They call this, I don't know, freedom. What is this? What? Dancing, drinking, smoking, having sex. What? This is empowerment. And I get a couple of youngsters who are like, hey, they tell me I'm a two-faced, insecure old man. I did all this shit when I was young. So now I'm being bitter and butthurt that I can't get women. And you're not allowing us youngsters to enjoy. I tell them, please enjoy. Please go and enjoy. Enjoy to your heart's content. Sleep around, smoke, drink, do whatever you want. You shouldn't be watching my channel. That's the first thing. Go and enjoy your life, because remember this, everything has a price to pay. Like a farmer, if he sows the seeds on time, he takes care of those seeds, the saplings, whatever. He fertilizes the ground, he tills, he takes care. After 2-3 months or 6 months, whatever, then he harvests. So there's a time period for that. So what you sow, you should reap. So if you smoke, drink, have sex, have fun, do all these, while another maybe youngster does not smoke, does not drink, does not sleep around, but focuses on his career path, whom do you think has the better chances of success? Then in the end, don't blame anyone. Like I tell people, I absolutely paid the price for all the nonsense that I did, from bodybuilding to females to steroids to, I paid the price. And they're like, oh, the guy who makes all the mistakes is lecturing us. Yes, because I know what is the price to pay. Someone who has not experienced all this will never be able to, he'll give you only theory. I'm giving you practical advice. And there are clients who come to me who have made all these mistakes, who are today crying, some of them, because their mother, father is no more. They have to sponsor their own education. And now they realize how difficult life is. But like I was saying, the most disturbing, if I were to say, the most disturbing one for me is this transgender agenda. The second one is this, which I was saying, is normalization of sex. In fact, Instagram, I've multiple number of times I've sent complaints. Females who look really attractive, beautiful face, all of a sudden, like, they'll show that they're sneezing and they lift their top. And now Meta or Facebook has said breasts are not ugly, they are part of a human this thing. So all these females who are part of OnlyFans or who are prostitutes or who sell sex, they're busy showing their breasts. You get females who even in a supermarket and they're walking and they pull out their breast to put their child to drink their milk. What are you doing? And then even more disgusting is, like, they'll show this girl is in the car with this guy. And then she said, hey, look there. Then the camera turns. And when he turns back, she is half outside the window. And she has pulled down her trousers. And her undergarment is wedged between her buttocks. And he's like, he's busy exploring. It's very disgusting. Very, very. It's like third class. It is not even sexy. It's not even sensual. Even more disgusting than this is where girls are actually sitting with their legs apart and they are wedging their undergarment, in between the vagina lips. We have reached, as a society, we have reached that point where now this is freely accessible on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Once upon a time, these were only accessible on porn sites. Today, you can get it on normal sites. And it's terrible. Huh? I'll tell you, because what it is telling people is, and media companies come out with this, what reports? Oh, she joined OnlyFans. She made $750,000 within the first month. Oh, she was able to buy her dream house. What are you trying to tell us? That if you become a prostitute, if you start allowing strangers to look at your private parts, that is what success is. Oh, I don't care what you think. I'm driving a Lamborghini. What are you driving? So just because you're a hooker, a whore who sells her body, and you bought a car by renting your body parts to other people, so that is success. It's sad. Huh? I'll tell you, and it brainwashes the youth. It brainwashes the youth to think that this is okay. This is called a modern society. And the last, if not the least, I think is people using social media as a distraction. And by that, I mean you use it to filter your face, to look who you're not, to tell stories about you, which is not actually true, or to present quotes and statements to show that you're far more intelligent than you actually are, or to, there are people who troll me, who troll is maybe a very simple word, but there are people who send me emails, messages, SMS texts, Facebook, whatever. And criticism is one thing, threatening is another, sexualizing my wife and even my daughter. They do that because they feel empowered that, I can do this to this guy. I don't like this guy, I can do this to him. They'll never show you who they really are, but they'll do it behind a facade. Now, yes, it's not acceptable. However, at least I'm focusing on what I have to do with my brand, with my money and clients. Yes, these are distractions I block and delete. But imagine the amount of creativity, amount of time, the amount of energy that this individual or individuals have to put to do this. How does it help them? How does it help their family? How does it help their mother, father? How does it help their future? And what kind of an individual will this person grow up to be? So, all this is very, very disturbing. That is why in my WhatsApp groups, I tell people, you're not here to brag about how big your sausage is and how incredibly intelligent you are, or you pretend to be. Rather, you focus on adding value by sharing things. Be humble. Address every person who's elder than you, sir, madam. Come here with a learning mentality as a student, and that's it. But if you don't have the manners, you don't have the heart, you don't have the desire, and you come here to do all this bullshit of faking who you're not, acting larger than life, or bragging about who you are not, sorry, get out. So these are the disturbing trends online. From shortcuts to steroids to taking medicines to being who you're not, to being addicted to this kind of lifestyle. It's very sad and very dangerous. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know what are your thoughts. And did I miss on anything? I would like to hear what you have to say. And I genuinely hope that you're not one of the victims who is addicted to this kind of lifestyle, because eventually you'll realize you're wasting your life. and time is something you'll never get back. Anyway, good, bad, ugly. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is me signing off.